For years, Russian money has been pouring into the British capital, sometimes in disguise, and oligarchs have excellent contacts with politicians. Great Britain now wants to take targeted action against people and institutions. Boris Johnson, as you heard in earlier videos today, is threatening Russia with massive sanctions because of the attack on Ukraine. His country has now announced the first punitive measures against more than 100 Russian individuals and companies. In total, we will freeze the assets of more than 100 other entities and individuals, Johnson said on Thursday. This affects companies that manufacture armaments, for example. The Russian airline Aeroflot is also no longer allowed to land in Great Britain. But is that enough in a country whose capital is nicknamed Londongrad? Britain's Prime Minister has faced accusations that he is reluctant to take action against Russian money in British financial markets and in the country's property sector. For years, wealthy Russians have been able to park their fortunes in Britain, buy expensive property in chic London districts, send their children to elite private schools, or take control of football clubs, such as the this morning mentioned oligarch Roman Abramovich, the Chelsea owner. It was only on Wednesday that Johnson again had to admit that a planned law against white-collar crime would be delayed. It aims to increase transparency on ownership of real estate and British companies controlled by Russian oligarchs. We must stop corrupt Russian money in London and in every other financial metropolis, he said in Parliament. But New York, Paris, and other metropolises would have to help. No country is doing more than Britain to tackle this problem, he says. But still difficult to identify Russian oligarchs working in Great Britain who are close to President Vladimir Putin. While just 5 banks and 3 Russian oligarchs were sanctioned as a reaction to the Ukraine conflict, the EU targeted 23 high-ranking personalities, including the defense minister, several banks, and a good 350 MPs. According to several studies, this phenomenon in Great Britain is made possible by a whole service system made up of bankers, accountants, lawyers, real estate agents, and PR consultants. Last but not least, Johnson's Conservatives have benefited in recent years from extensive donations from rich supporters of Russian origin. It's possible that all these people are just doing it to play tennis or have dinner with Boris, says corruption expert Thomas Main of the Chatham House think tank. However, the question of their true obligations of loyalty and the origin of their money arises. Only last week, and against the background of the worsening Ukraine crisis, the British government announced that it would stop issuing so-called golden visas to wealthy investors with immediate effect. With this, London wanted to demonstrate its tough stance on the influx of Russian money. Launched in 2008, the visas were reserved for investors wishing to invest at least £2 million and establish themselves in the UK. In 2018, Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee complained that the government was endangering national security by turning a blind eye to the dirty money from Russia flowing through London's financial hub. Transparency International puts the value of UK property owned by Russians accused of corruption or linked to the Kremlin at £1.5 billion. The organization also accuses Great Britain of hesitation. Ultimately, they see it this way. Every individual, no matter where he comes from, who brings huge amounts of money with uncertain origin, must trigger concerns. But that is still not the case. Even blocking more oligarchs will not stop Putin from invading the Ukraine and trying to kill the Ukrainian president. But we have to set a sign, and we have to do whatever we can to show that democracies are worth fighting for. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.